Greetings, fellow fanboys. Tis I, Nonsilent Bob, hitting up again with another fanboy review. Recently I saw Star Trek Into Darkness, and it was pretty fantastic. I must say, I was quite pleased. Great special effects, great acting, great storyline. Mr. Abrams has done quite well with my saga. And as you had your fun on the last video. As you know, this is the 12th film adventure of Star Trek, and you can see behind me, I have the entire saga.
Why did the music stop?
That's going to be 3 seasons of the original series, 1 foray into the animated series. Yes.
Daddy, why did the music stop?
I turned it off so I can talk to my fans.
Why did
I'll put it back on in a little bit. 7 seasons of The Next Generation, 7 seasons of Deep Space Nine, 7 seasons of Voyager, 4 seasons of Enterprise, and 11 previous films. That's going to be The Motion Picture, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home, Final Frontier, and many fans will argue this one shouldn't have been made. Undiscovered Country, Generations, First Contact, Insurrection.
Final Fantasy?
No, not Final Fantasy. Nemesis. And then Star Trek 2009, which most fans refer to simply as Star Trek 11. There's also been various documentaries on the life of Star Trek fans. Trekkies 1 and 2, for instance, and Gene Roddenberry Jr.'s Trek Nation. What a fun ride. I mean, really, it was absolutely great. A lot of references to the original saga. They talk about Mud. They show a Tribble. And if you look on the Admiral's desk, he's got the complete history of flight from the Wright brothers biplane. And in the middle, you see the Phoenix, Zefram Cochrane's ship, right next to the NX-01 Enterprise that Captain Archer from the Enterprise piloted. Total fan service. Nimoy makes an appearance. Benedict Cumberbatch as the villain. Fantastic. Absolutely great. One of the best films I've ever seen. I can't say it's the best Star Trek movie ever, because Part 2 is still the best Star Trek movie ever. I mean, the original Part 2, not J.J. Abrams' Saga Part 2, which, as you know, takes place in an alternate timeline. It's not a true reset, as Rise of the Planet of the Apes or Casino Royale for Bond was, but it's a continuation, because Spock goes from the original timeline into this new universe, and Nero's ship blows up a Stargazer-class cruiser, and it starts all these shenanigans. But the original universe is still intact. Sorry, nerding out on you. Big Star Trek nut. What can I say? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Been a Star Trek fan for a long time. But I enjoyed the heck out of it. I really did. I'm not going to tell you who the villain is. Maybe you've already read spoilers.
Tell me the villain.
But they were at first trying to make you think that he was Gary Mitchell from episode 2 of the original series where No Man Has Gone Before. One of Kirk's best friends who gained strange powers. This is not the case. Just see it. I accidentally read a spoiler beforehand. You need to be surprised. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. I highly recommend it. I've already said that, of course. Yeah, it's a great ride. R2-D2's not in it, though. In Star Trek 11, if you look at the scene where they get out in the hyperspace wreckage, the warp, get my sagas mixed up sometimes, the wreckage around Vulcan, when they get out of warp, R2-D2's floating around there. But he's not in this one. Nimoy's back. They make mention of Mud. There's a Tribble. A couple ships from previous encounters in Star Trek. And RoboCop is in it. Peter Weller as the Admiral. Admiral Marcus. That name may be familiar to you Star Trek fans out there. But here's the great thing about Star Trek 11 and 12. You do not have to be a Star Trek fan to enjoy them. They're fantastic on their own. They stand by themselves. I would recommend at least seeing Star Trek 11 before you see Into Darkness. Just saying. Otherwise, you're going to be a little lost at certain plot points. Like I said, original Spock is back. But why are you listening to me? Go see the gosh darn movie. Here, Trent, you want me to put the TNG song back on?
But it's nice.
Well, fanboys, I'll keep reviewing them. You keep watching them. In this case especially, live long and prosper and be well.